Let me hit you with a truth bomb most men will never hear. When a woman tests you, it's not a problem, it's an opportunity. Yeah, you heard that right, bro. All those little jabs, emotional swings, the challenging questions, the mood changes out of nowhere, they're not signs that something is wrong, they're signs that something is working. But most men panic. They think, why is she acting like this? Why can't she just be chill? Why is she always starting drama? And that mindset, that reaction is exactly what makes you fail the test. Let's break it down so you never fail again. What is a test? First off, a feminine test is not manipulation. It's not drama. It's not even conscious half the time. It's her way of asking, can I trust your strength? Can you lead when I'm emotional? Are you solid when I'm shaky? It's instinctual, biological, wired into her feminine nature. She's not doing it to annoy you, bro. She's doing it to feel you, to measure your masculinity without needing to say a word. Listen, brother, women don't test men they don't care about. If she didn't feel attraction, if she didn't see potential, if she didn't want to feel something real, she wouldn't bother. She'd go cold, she'd ghost, she'd move on. But if she's testing you, that means she still feels a spark. She's still emotionally engaged. She's still scanning for leadership. In other words, she's checking to see if you're the real deal. Think about that. She's emotional. That's an invitation to anchor her. She's moody. That's an invitation to lead with calm. She's dramatic. That's an invitation to remain grounded while she spins. Most guys, including myself, fumble here. But you, after this video, you won't. Let's look at what not to do. She gets emotional, and what do most guys do? They get reactive, they raise their voice, they argue point for point, they explain, defend, justify, or worse, they apologize just to stop the tension, even when they've done absolutely nothing wrong. And every time you do that, you lose ground, you lose leadership, you lose attraction, because now she doesn't see a man, she sees a boy trying to keep the peace. She sees a guy who can't hold the storm. She sees someone folding under pressure. You're not her man at that point, you're her son, and she didn't sign up to raise one. Now, let me show you how real men pass the test. It's simple. Not easy, but simple. You stay calm. You don't get defensive. You don't explain yourself to death. You don't try to match her chaos. You don't try to fix her emotional state with your logic. Instead, you lead with stillness, with strength, with presence. She comes at you emotional. You respond with grounded calm. She says something like, you don't even care about me. Instead of scrambling to explain, you meet her eyes and say, that's not true. I'm right here. Boom. You just passed the test. You didn't flinch, you didn't collapse, you didn't run from tension, you led through it. Tests are initiations, not problems. You've got to shift your entire mindset, bro. Think of her tests like fire. Fire burns off weakness. They reveal the metal you're made of. They expose when you still react, where you still seek validation, where you still crave peace over power. And on the other side, more respect, more attraction, more trust. Not because you said the right thing, but because she felt your depth. Here's the truth. Non-reactivity is the ultimate flex. Not passivity, not silence out of fear, but the power to pause, to breathe, to observe your triggers, to choose your response. That's what makes you dangerous in the best way. That's what true game is. She sees you stay grounded when she's storming. That hits her body like a primal signal. I'm safe with this man. He won't break when I test him. He can handle me. That's what creates trust. That's what builds sexual polarity. That's what separates boys from men. Picture this. She throws a test. Maybe she questions your plan. Maybe she's short with you for no reason. You don't flinch. You don't chase. You don't try to be her emotional sponge. You stay calm. You lead anyway. You move forward, grounded, clear. And when she sees that, it melts her defenses, because the test wasn't about control. It was about safety. And you just showed her that she's safe in your leadership. Let's get concrete for a second. Scenario 1, she says, why didn't you text me back earlier? Wrong response. I was busy. I told you I had stuff to do. Why are you always like this? Right response is smiling, staying calm, and saying, because I was focused on work, but I'm here now, babe. Scenario 2, she says, you never listen to me. Wrong response. Yes, I do. Remember when I listened the other day? No, bro. The right response is to get her eye contact and tell her, I hear that. I'm listening now. Scenario 3, she says, I don't know if this is working anymore. Wrong response. What? After everything I've done, are you really gonna say that? The right response is stillness, breath, calm. Sounds like you're overwhelmed, babe. Let's take a beat. I'm not going anywhere. Each one of those is a pass. Not because of what you said, but because of how it was delivered. Embody the mountain. At the core of all of this is simple. It's a simple principle. Be the mountain when the feminine energy comes like the wind. Intense, unpredictable, emotional. You don't try to fight the wind. You don't argue with the wind. You don't collapse from the wind. You stand firm, grounded, unshakable. She'll scream, she'll cry, she'll test, but inside, she'll feel he's here. He's strong. I can relax. That's masculine leadership. That's power. So next time she tests you, don't take it personal. Don't get defensive. Don't fold. Thank her, because she's inviting you to rise. She's inviting you to lead. She's inviting you to embody the man she always knew you could be. And when you pass, she'll soften, she'll open, she'll surrender, because she knows this isn't just a man. This is a man she can trust. If this message hit home, hit like, subscribe for daily fire on masculinity, polarity, and becoming the most grounded man in the room. And drop a comment. Tell me the last time you passed a test like this, because this channel isn't just content, it's a movement.